do on Tuesday, right?
What's your question? I'm confused.
I'm just saying, like, hey, like on Tuesday, that's like the final deadline for it, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. I was like looking out.
Tuesday by 11:59 p.m.
I was looking at my campus and I was like, what the heck? Like you said, it was today. Or something like that. Like,
Open today, but actually ended up opening it earlier yesterday for a few people that they borrowed and stole.
okay, cool. I was just getting some clarification on that.
Good, man. Okay, guys. I'm going to probably not wear this mask a whole lot today. I gotta wear my glasses, go back work on the computer and see what I'm doing, and I don't want to sit there and try to take it off and on, off and on. So if you're super offended by that or concerned by that, write to your local senator about it, or sit in the back row. But I'm gonna do some social distance. You know what I mean? How you doing, bro?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
How are you?
Just pretty good. Really good.
Both.
All right, good. 25 problems on every test, multiple choice. Numbers 1 through 8. If you want to write while I'm writing, you want to write things down that I say. I'm not going to write everything down on the boards that I verbally communicate. Some of the stuff I verbally communicate will be critical. You'll be able to hear it. If you want clarity, you can just ask, okay? These are from sections 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3. These first 8 problems on the test, we're talking about the 3-step process to solving in all of its glory. Step number 1 is to simplify. You know the rest. We're talking about fractions. We're talking about parentheses. We're talking about like terms and getting things on one side. We're talking about the addition principle and the multiplication principle. As promised, as professed, as prognosticated, all the P's, you are going to learn about every single problem on this test. That doesn't mean we will go over every problem. We won't have time for that. We will address what each problem is. In these 8 problems, you will definitely have 2 problems where the multiple choice options will be no solutions and all real numbers, as well as a couple of other options. If you don't have that in your visual chart, shame on you, you should. It's part of your knowledge that you gleaned from sections 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3. You want to write that down. If you remember, when solving and our variables cancel out, we are left with either a true statement or a false statement. A true statement yields all real numbers for solutions. A false statement yields no solutions for your answer. When the variables cancel each other out, right? Okay.
And all real numbers is.
What's that?
So no solutions is when the variables cancel out.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to your notes, we definitely went over this, and you probably have it in there, but either one. What we're saying is when you're solving and the variables cancel out, you are either left with a true statement, like 23 equals 23, or a false statement, like 23 equals negative 25. Okay? A true statement means that the solution to that equation will be all real numbers. A false statement means that the solution will be no solutions. Yeah?
So are you saying that there will be one of each answer? You're just saying there will be 2 questions where those will be one of the answers?
Good clarifying question there, okay? Everyone listen to this, because that's a great question. Okay, what I'm telling you, okay, restating this, listen well. There are 2 of the 8 questions where multiple choice options, not answer, I'm telling you the solution, multiple choice options will include no solutions and all real numbers. Does that mean that's a correct answer for that problem? Not necessarily. So, the other 6 will just have numerical answers. But 2 of the 8 problems, 2 of the 4 multiple choices will say no solutions or all real numbers. Okay? Now, will no solutions or all real numbers be an actual answer? Maybe. Okay, and I'm not playing you. There's a rubric in this test. And so sometimes that is the correct answer, sometimes it's not. But you've got to be prepared to understand that concept, so if it is, you know which one to pick, right? And when to pick it. Okay. I'm going to put some examples on the board of some of these other 8 problems. You're going to have a problem like, and you want to write this down. This is all related to that down there, but I'm not going to walk all the way down there for these. I'm going to write them here, and then I'm going to erase this, okay, when I'm done, and when you're done. You'll have a problem like this. -12 plus m equals 14. Okay, hard or easy? What step in the 3-step process to solving are you using on this? Say it loud. 1, 2, 3.
Addition principle.
That's fetching right. The addition principle. Okay. So you're gonna have a problem that just uses the addition principle. Then you're gonna see something like this. Okay. -2/3 x equals 4. Let's look at this for a minute. Okay. Some people approach this from, oh, this is just the multiplication principle. Who's sharing sides with x? -2/3. What's it doing? It's multiplying, so you divide from each side. I would not approach this problem from that. I approach every problem from the entire 3-step process to solving. Do you have fractions?
Yes.
What's the LCD? 3. Okay? So you're going to multiply this side by 3 and this side by 3. These 3's cancel. Agreed?
Yes.
You're left with -2x equals 12. And you're going to multiply both sides, or sorry, divide both sides by -2. Okay? And you get x equals -6. Hard or easy? Okay, so you got a problem like that. 8 problems, there's 2 examples of 2 that you would see on this test. Okay? Another one. They might have like, so this is 1, this is 2, and I'm not saying that they go in this order, but you know, you might have one that says, you know, 2x minus 7 equals 15, okay? Using the addition and multiplication principles together. You know, again, not super difficult. -3x minus 9 equals 2x plus 7. Okay, there could be a problem like that where you have to get all your variables to one side. You can kind of see we're going up the, you know, chart, right? From the bottom up, from the easiest to the more challenging. You're going to see a problem like this, where they have, in fact, I'm going to write this one over here. They have -2/3 x minus 3 equals 1/2 x plus 3/4. Okay. How do we solve this?
LCD.
LCD. We've got to find out what the LCD is. What is the LCD?
12.
Good job. 3, 2, and 4 makes 12. If you don't know that, you know, you can write them all out, prime factorize. But here's my question. What are we going to do with this LCD?
You're going to times it by each fraction.
Times it by each fraction?
No, make each thing on the
By-
3, the 2, and the 4 be 12.
Each term. No, no, yes. No, no, yes. Repeat.
No,
No.
no, yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Feel the punishment.
You're turning red. Yeah, do you feel the punishment?
A little bit.
You know, that's good.
But
That's
it's
good.
okay. I got it
It's
now.
better to get beat in class than beat on the test.
That's
yeah?
true. Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
All right. Listen, okay? Pay attention. We do not take -2/3 and say, how can I make that something over 12 and multiply this by 4 over 4? That's working with fractions. That's not what this says up here. It doesn't say, hey, simplify by fetching your lives up and building these fractions up and working with fractions. It says, get rid of fractions, right? Go back to your 3-step process. This is just our thing. It says, get rid of them by multiplying all terms, not just the ones with fractions, all terms by the LCD. And the reason you have to multiply all the terms by it is because of the balance rule. If you only multiplied the fractions by it, well, guess what? You'd be leaving this guy out, and then you wouldn't be balanced, okay? You wouldn't have the same equation. So you're gonna multiply this by 12, this by 12, this by 12, and this by 12. Now, these 12s can cancel, right? Make 4. That doesn't cancel, does it? No, because it's not a fraction. This cancels, makes a 6. This cancels, makes a 3. You go from there. We're not going to do that problem. You can do it at home. Cool?
Cool.
Okay, so you got one with fractions, and then you got a couple of them with parentheses. Hold on 1 second, I'll come to you. Okay, we're gonna add a couple of these that have parentheses. I'm not gonna write them down, you're good. And then you have one with decimals, okay? Is there anything in the 3-step process to solving that says get rid of decimals? No. You can work with decimals on your calculator. Question?
Okay. So, I know you've covered this before, but sometimes I get confused on it.
Why my ex-wife left me?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you about this again? Anyways, continue.
No, but when it comes to the fractions and you multiplying them by 12, is that when you take, I'm like pointing at it, but
We're good.
12 goes into 3
Let's
4
just do
times.
this problem.
So
Let's
then,
just do this problem. It's all good. We have so much time today, and I know, and I can govern it, and I can tell you where I'm going to stop and where I'm going to stop. But this is a good problem. Let's just do this problem, okay? All right. You all agree 12 is the same as 12 over 1, over 1, over 1, and over 1. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So in essence, you see I have 12 over 1 times negative 2/3. Agreed? And that's an x there as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the deal. I can take 12 times negative 2 and get negative 24. 1 times 3 and get 3. And negative 24 divided by 3 makes what? Makes negative 8x. So I'm going to have negative 8x coming right down from this problem right here. We cool?
Cool.
Okay. But does 3 go into 12?
Yes.
How many times?
4 times.
What's 4 times negative 2?
Negative 8.
Negative 8.
Negative 8x. Okay, so we cross cancel for more speed and precision, right? So I'm going to cross cancel the rest of these. So this is up top. These don't cancel. So this makes minus 36 equals, okay, 2 cancels in 12 6 times. 6 times 1x is 6x. And 4 goes in 12 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. Want to get all my x's to one side? I'm going to add 8x because I like to keep my x's positive. They're easier to deal with. Ex-wives and variables. Okay. And so negative 36 equals 14x plus 9. Okay, I found simplicity. What do I do now? You tell me.
Find simplicity.
Subtract 9. Subtract 9. Negative 45 equals 14x divided by 14 divided by 14. X equals negative 45 over 14. Does not simplify. Okay? Cool? Cool. If you're, who in here has met my ex-wife? Raise your hand. You have. Oh, you were dating her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she left me. You're such a bad boy.
Why would we want to meet her? Because like,
You know,
Anyway,
can I just tell you? Neither of us have ex-wives. We just mess with you. We love messing
He
with this
rolls
class.
with everything, though.
What's that?
He rolls with everything. It's hilarious.
It's awesome. It's awesome, man. Remember that one day he brought up his ex-wife and the word problem and all that stuff, and you guys were like, he does.
You're like, for real?
You had me for a second.
Yeah, that's good, man. Good. Okay. That covers numbers 1 through 8. Again, 2 of the problems have all real numbers and no solutions for their multiple choice, as well as a couple other numbers. And one of those could be right. You'll have to figure it out. Just curious. Oh, you guys want to do something? Yeah, let's do something. Let's do this problem. Let's do this problem right now. Everybody do this problem. 4 minus 2 times m plus 3, 2 times m plus 3 equals negative 3m minus 2, negative 3m minus 2, plus m. Plus m. Go. Do that problem. I would bet you money that you would have one answer that is either no solutions or all real numbers. I doubt you would have both, but you could have both. It's possible. But yeah, I bet you'll have one. You know. Every time I teach this class, I have to pee, man.
Okay.
I've been super. Where in my pants? I mean, I gotta. You guys are busy, man. I got to stay with you.
I mean, it's not a dune suit.
It's not a do what?
A dune.
A
suit.
dune suit.
Yeah.
How do you pee in those?
Like,
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
You're good. Okay, I'm gonna erase this over here. No, I'm not. tell you what number 9 is. We're reading a problem, and number 24. This is from section 2.4, solving formulas. We need to talk about A equals 1/2 BH, A equals A plus B plus C all over 3, and Celsius equals, hey,
B.
Alex,
Yes.
do you know the formula for Celsius to Fahrenheit? Do you remember it?
No, it's like a fraction and then
Yeah,
there's
it's like 5/9 or 9/5
yeah, something like that.
times F minus 32 or something like that.
I knew there was 9/5 actually.
Was that?
Or 5/9.
What do we do?
What's that?
Why did we change it?
Why do we have Fahrenheit? We're Americans, man.
Yeah.
What the heck is a kilometer?
You gotta be proud of your country and the fact that we're different than the rest of the world. We don't want to be like all those fetchers. Okay.
Yeah. I'm with that.
That's 5/9.
I had it. It was good. Okay. Okay, you got the problem? What'd you give her an answer?
No solutions.
No solution.
No solutions. All right, here we go. 4 minus 2m minus 3 equals negative 3m minus 2 plus m. We've distributed parentheses. We did not have fractions. We combine like terms. 4 minus 3 makes 1 minus 2m equals negative 3m and positive m make negative 2m minus 2. We add 2m to each side to get all of our variables on one side. Saya fechinara, 1 equals negative 2. No dumber statement in the world. That means no solutions. It's a false statement. There are no solutions that'll make this true.
Like Bigfoot.
What's up? I did something wrong? It's all
Yeah,
cool.
because isn't it -2 times +3?
Oh yeah, so that was negative 6. You are
Yeah.
absolutely right. And so
Doesn't
this will
make
make
no sense, but-
negative 2 minus 2m equals negative 2m minus 2.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
and from what I got n.
Negative 2 equals negative 2.
Yeah, so it means like it's all real numbers.
Oh, well, no.
So those of you who got no solutions, did you do the same mistake I did? You guys don't even know.
I made a different mistake.
It's all real solutions. All real numbers. Brother Rich made a mistake. I actually did make a mistake. Sometimes I make mistakes to point something out. That was a genuine mistake. I got fast. I got lazy. You do that on a test, you're gonna kick yourself. Okay? Look up here. 4 minus 2m minus 6, negative 3m minus 2 plus m. 4 minus 6, that combines to make negative 2. This makes negative 2m. Negative 3m and m make negative 2m minus 2. You add 2m to each side, okay? All right? Now, can I share something with you guys? You pay attention to me? Because I shared this with you a week ago, okay? If you chose to add 2 to each side, then you are not following the 3-step process to solving in order, and you're taking, kind of the steering wheel in your own hands. Doesn't matter. So cancel, and you get negative 2m equals negative 2m. And so, then I'm going to divide by negative 2 and divide by negative 2, and I get this m equals m, okay? You can go there, okay? But your variables don't cancel out, right? Well, let m equal 0. 0 equals 0. Let m equal 1. 1 equals 1. Let m equal 2. 2 equals... All real numbers are going to work, aren't they? Either way, you catching me? So raise your hand if you got no solutions for this. Come on, tell the truth. Come on, raise them high. How many people got all real numbers? Raise your hand. Well, I didn't hear anybody say that when I asked for answers.
That's because most of the people said no solution, and so I wanted to see why they got no solution.
All right.
Why do we add 2m instead of adding 2? I understand where it gets us, but
3-step process to solving. I'm just saying. Get rid of fractions, didn't have them. Distribute parentheses, took care of that. Combine like terms here, combine like terms here. And then my next step is to get all my x's or m's to one side. That's why I stick with this. I end up with this true statement because my variables cancel out. True statement means it's all real numbers. I'm done.
I always want to add first, and I totally forget.
So a lot of people go to the addition principle real quick on that. It's okay. It's not going to kill you. I'm just showing you. If you did that way, a couple more steps for you, but you do get this statement of m equals m. Okay? Cool. All right. Try your attention over to the far left board. Number 9 on the test and 24 Okay, and you're like, what? Why is it all the way at the end? It just is. So number 24, look at this. It's one of these problems. It's a Celsius Fahrenheit conversion kind of a thing. Okay? And number 9 is going to be something like this or one of these. I'm not going to do this one with you. It's back in your notes. This is in your notes too, but we're going to do this one because I see this a lot on this test. Okay? Why don't you take a second and see if you can solve each of these by yourselves. Okay? Getting the variable alone that I designate right now. You ready? You're going to solve this one for B. You're going to solve this one for F. Got it? Go. I need to do some erasing. I'm going to erase the middle board. If there's anything you want from the middle board, would you take a picture of it right now or whatever you need to do? But I got to erase it.
Feel free.
So today counts as a quiz as well as attendance. You got that, Alex?
Yes.
Got these two over here? Yay, nay, may, bay.
Yeah.
One. Say woo if you want a little more time on these two.
Woo.
Okay, look at me. Get these done, do these 3. Okay, I'll come back. I'm gonna go P. Cool?
Cool.
Should I wear my mask?
No.
No.
I think I should. I wear my mask in the bathroom. Might shield me from
Oh my goodness.
when some dude is wrestling an alligator in the stall. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my gosh. You know.
That would be quite some sewer stink.
I know, girls. It's Brother Rich here, but I gotta tell you, man. And then you go into the bathroom, some guy's in there just making a lot of noise. It's like, dude, could you just like keep it down, bro? You're like, dude, what are you wrestling an alligator in there? I'm a terrible person for being quiet. You know, I go in the bathroom. I just walked in there, and it's like I live in my own world. Like I walked over to the MC to get lunch today. I'm having a conversation with myself, and some girl's got one of these dogs.
Service dogs?
What?
Service dogs?
Yeah, service my butt. Anyways, and that's my whole point. You know, everybody's got a service dog now. It's like, come on, man. Do you really have a service dog, or did you just get a note from your doctor that you could grow a beard too? I mean, beard carts and service dogs are like so easy to get from your doctor these days. You know what I mean? I want to keep my pet around. I'm gonna get a service dog. You say. Okay, and you've got this on YouTube, so I'll probably get sued for this, but that's great. It's great. Okay, so I'm over there walking around and seeing like. And this girl's got this dog, I'm like, service dog, right? Yeah, you know, and I realized, oh my gosh, I said that out loud. Anyways, so I just went in the bathroom and had a little conversation with myself in there.
Dang.
So there's a toy that was out of order in there, and I was like, oh, and I talked like Yoda, I'm like, oh, out of order, you know? Some guy's in the stall, and all of a sudden he's like, and I'm like, oh, alligator wrestler, and I left. All right, that's cool?
Alligator wrestler.
Oh, dude, what the fresh, man.
It's like running a marathon almost. Just out of
Not
breath
good.
and-
Look up here. This one right here. Okay? Get fractions.
Yes.
What's the LCD?
3.
It's 3. You multiply this side by 3 and this side by 3. How many terms are right here?
1.
1. You've learned this. Do these cancel?
Yes.
Yes. This is the average formula. So you end up with 3a equals a plus b plus c. Goes to get b alone. What are you going to do?
Minus
Subtract
A and minus
C.
Minus a and minus c. I think you could like sing that, you know? 3a minus little a minus c. Do big A's and little a's combine?
No.
Nope. Okay, gone, B. Who got that? Say woo.
Woo.
Fetch you. Good job. Okay, this one right here. Yes.
Never mind, I see what I did. Yeah, okay.
Okay? Alright, cool. It's always better when you answer your own questions. Okay, check it out. Like legit, you know? You can answer your own question. That's a good thing. C equals 5/9. Do you have fractions?
Yes.
Yeah. What's the LCD?
9.
It's 9. Look up here, please. Okay? 9 times this side. Look up here. 9 times this side. These 9s cancel. You're left with 9c equals 5 times f minus 32. Now I get students that are going to say, don't I have to multiply that and that by 9? No, because that and that are inside of parentheses, and they're going to be multiplied by this, and you're multiplying this by this, so it takes care of itself. Okay?
I'm trying to find out f, right?
Yep, got to get f alone.
Okay, cool.
But we got to distribute parentheses. We got rid of fractions. We got to distribute parentheses. 9c, our 3-step process to solving still applies. 5f minus, what's 5 times 32?
160.
160, okay? That's a 5, not SF. It's a 5f, okay? Okay, then we add a 160, agreed?
Yes.
Add 160, agreed? So we end up with 9c plus 160 equals 5f, okay? All right, we got to divide each side by 5, agreed? Okay, can I say that f equals 9c plus 160 over 5? Yes or no?
Yes.
I can. Now, I'm going to look at something and see what they did in the
That's the key.
test, see if they decide to divide these fractions up. Doesn't matter if they do. We got skills, we can pay these bills. Okay?
That's a true statement.
All right. 2. I just realized something. This problem is so freaking easy. Ready for this? Talk about it later. So easy. Okay? So easy. All right. You're like, what? He's so weird. No, I'm not. You are.
Hey, I don't find that at all, like, you know, weird.
You don't find that at all true?
Every person is weird in their own.
That's good. I agree with you. I'm not weird. You are.
No, I'm not weird.
And that's what you're saying. You're not weird. I am. But I'm saying I'm not weird. You are. I agree with you.
Everyone's weird.
No one's.
I'm messing with you, dude. It's all good. Okay. Remember that self-speak conversation we had?
Self-speak.
You're doing the right thing,
Oh,
bro.
it's always.
You're telling
positive
yourself,
here.
I'm not weird. I like it.
Pride's
Okay. I want you to look at this. I'm not going to do all 3 of these with you. I'm going to do 2. With the tool here is drop-down translation, right? Drop-down translation. Is means equals, of means multiply, what means the variable x, right? Everybody look at this. 12. Is means
Equals.
equals. Everybody, what do I do with 18%? 1, 2, 3.
Turn it to
0.18.
Okay, 0.18 of
times
times. Everybody, come on, what number?
number.
X.
X, N, W, whatever you want. Who's sharing sides with X?
The 0.18.
What's it doing?
It's being multiplied.
What are you going to do?
Divide.
Divide.
Divide by 0.18. Divide by 0.18. Do 12 divided by 0.18. What do you get?
Oh, I
2,
had
2,
that.
6.6.
X equals 66.6 forever and ever and ever. Yes or no?
Yes.
Who got that? Say woo.
Woo.
Okay. Look up here. Drop down translate. You guys tell me what to do. 18 is 18. Is
Equals.
Equals.
what percent? X of times.
30.
30. Who's sharing sides with X? 30. What are you going to do?
Divide.
Divide.
18 divided by 30. What do you get?
0.6.
0.30, right? Not 30.
Okay. So X equals 18 divided by 30 is what?
0.6.
Is it?
Yes.
All right. 0.6.
But it
And then 60%.
Okay. But they asked for a percent, so you got to move this. How many places?
2.
1, 2. So the answer is 60%. 18 is 60% of 30. Okay? You good? All right. Okay. I'll let you finish the last one. You good? We're not going to do all these problems. We don't have time. We're going to jump into some other stuff right now. Yep. We got to bust a move. We are going to do numbers 13, 14, and 15. And numbers 13, 14, and 15 on this test are straight from section 2.6. These are the word problems. We've already outlined that we have a percent, we have a geometry, and we have a consecutive integer. I'm going to be writing these problems on the board. I want you to do them. But before you do them, I want you to understand something. Percent will be worked backward. Okay? I already did one with you last class period. Was anybody not here last class period that's here today? Anybody? Anybody? Oh my.
Was that Thursday? Just joking.
Okay. All right. See if you can get notes from somebody. Okay? Because I went through a couple problems that we will talk about that we won't have time to go through today. Geometry. All right? They love to use perimeter of a rectangle equals 2L plus 2W. They love to use comparison statements. Okay, be ready for that. Okay, and then consecutive integer. What do you got to be looking for in a consecutive integer problem? Is it just 3 integers? Or is it just 3 odd, even integers? Okay, and that'll make the difference. Okay, can I erase this far right board? Do you need a picture of it? It's going. It's out of here. Okay. All right. The sum of 3 consecutive even numbers is 270. Find the numbers. Go. These is of what problems right here, I'm going to erase those. So if you want a picture of that in the middle board, you're welcome to take those, but I'm going to get rid of the is of what problems.
Yay.
Does this look good for you?
Yay.
Good. Very thorough. Getting you set up for success here. Okay, can you drop your pens and pencils for just a minute? I want to go through an exercise with you on the percent problem. So we did a percent problem last time. I said I would not review things that I reviewed last time, but this one I'm going to make an exception for. I want you to help me design this problem. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and say that the fetchers basically car has lost 32% of its value since purchased. Okay. Brother Rich is telling us this is going to be a work backward problem. So help me write the rest of this problem. We can make up our own numbers, okay? But the thing I want to ask you is, are we going to know how much we paid for the car originally in this problem? Or are we going to know its value right now? Which one?
We want to know
How much the
the car you paid for.
But what's my next sentence going to be in here? Is it going to reveal what the amount was that we paid for the car, or is it going to reveal what value it has right now? Which one?
No.
What the
What
value
value
is
it has right now.
Value right now. Okay, so what do you want this car to be worth? You come up with a number.
1,700,000.
1,700,000?
You see something with a
1,700
1?
maybe.
I think that's a lot.
1,700?
It's
Okay.
like a Bentley.
All right. So Blue Book
That's why I was trying to go big.
says it's worth 17,000.
Do 17,000.
Okay, cool. 17,000. All right. What's our question going to be? In a problem like this?
Was it originally?
Yeah.
What was
What's the price of the car originally?
right? What was
Or market?
original price
That's X.
They paid. Okay. All right, cool. Or what was the original price of the car? You know, blah, blah, blah. All right, do these 3 problems. I'm going to give you just a couple more minutes to do these, and then I'm going to have to help you through them because we got to keep busting a move, okay? I am going to erase the far left board. If there's anything over there you want, I'd get it now. I am going to erase that.
That's 32%, not 30%.
That's 32%. Go through these, so I'm going to just have you hang tight here for a second. Let's do these together. Okay, the sum of 3 consecutive even numbers is 270. Find the numbers. What'd you get?
88, 90, and 92.
88, 90, and 92. That is correct. Let's look up here real quick. Okay. What is my first integer going to be?
X.
X. Okay. So first of all, you have to understand the word consecutive reveals this is your consecutive integer problem. Okay. The word even, wow, super important. Set right here. You got to be looking. Is it just 3 integers or is it 3 odd even integers? So what's our second one?
X plus 2.
It's x plus 2. And our third?
X plus 4.
X plus 4. Very good. And we are basically saying the sum is the first plus the second plus the third, and that will equal the sum. Well, the first is x, and plus x plus 2, and plus x plus 4, and that'll equal the sum of 270. I'm not going to finish this. You guys can gather your like terms, all that, but in the end, you do get that x equals 88. But they asked for the number, right? And so you got to plug that back in. 88 plus 2 is 90. 88 plus 4 is 92. So your answer was 88, 90, and 92. Let's look up here. Okay, really important. If this had said odd, what would our first be?
X.
Our next one.
X plus 2.
And our last one.
X plus
It would be the same, because odd and even are the same thing. What if it just said, look up here, 3 consecutive numbers and didn't have odd or even in there? What would our first be?
X.
And why is that?
Because we always start with X.
It always means always, okay? And our next one would be
X plus 1.
x plus 1, and the next one would be
X plus 2.
very good, okay? Find the length of a rectangle. Rectangle. You gotta say that just right. Whose perimeter is 200 meters if the length is 20 meters more than the width. Okay, so we know P equals 2L plus 2W. Again, rectangle, perimeter, that's a geometry problem, reveals that this is going to be our formula. Okay. What's our perimeter?
200.
It is 200. They do give us a comparison statement, and we want to rewrite that. The length is 20 meters more than width, okay? And very interesting here, I mean, brothers told us they like comparison statements. As we drop down, translate this like this. L is means equals, 20 is 20, more than means plus, W. And we have done this so many times. This should not be a news flash to you. You're going to plug 20 plus W in for what?
L.
For L, yeah. And so where there's an L, you're going to put in 20 plus W. This right here is going to go right there. And then at the end of this, you have plus 2W. You multiply it out, you get 200 equals 40 plus W plus, 2W plus 2W, okay? We end up with, what's the answer end up being? W equals what? What's the answer?
15.
Okay, look up here. 200 equals 40 plus 4W. Okay? I'm going to subtract 40 from each side. Get this alone. I'm going to end up with 160 equals 4W. I'm going to divide by 4 and divide by 4. W equals 40. Okay? Are we done? They asked us for the length. Okay? One of the things I shared with you last time was DVPE, and I said, hey, I want you to reread every problem before you give them an answer. Make sure you give them the boss what they want. They wanted the length, and the length is 20 more than the width, so the length equals what? 60 meters. That is the answer to that problem. You good? Did anybody get that right? Say woo.
Woo.
Good. Impressive. Okay. Let's do this one, fetchers. We do not have a lot of time. I really, really want you to understand this concept, okay? You have an original amount, plus or minus a change to that amount equals a new total. Now, you gotta memorize that. You plug everything in there, but I've been trying to get you to go to the math problem right from looking at this. A single math problem you can put in your calculator to go right to the answer. If you can do that, I'm going to ask you, does that math problem add the numbers, subtract them, multiply them, or divide them? Which one? Do you know what I'm talking about? There's two numbers in this problem right now that you can do. You can either add them, subtract them, multiply them, or divide them, and come right to the answer. Do you know what it is? Is it add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Which one?
Multiply.
Divide.
It's divide. And what's the top number going to be?
17,000.
17,000 divided by what?
0.7.
Point what?
7.
6.8.
Oh, I thought it was 30.
6.8. That's 32. That's a 2. Okay? Okay. Look up here. What was the original cost of the car?
We don't know.
It's
Unknown.
X because we don't know. Are we adding or subtracting a change to that amount?
Adding.
It said
Or
lost.
subtracting.
Lost means to subtract.
Mhm.
Okay. Remember, to work backward, we don't do the backward concepts. We address it the way it was addressed from the beginning of time. The car lost value. It lost 32% of its value. Do we just put 0.32 there?
No.
0.32 what?
X.
Always, this is always a percent of this equals, what's the new total? It's now worth $17,000. Okay, look up here. These are like terms. 1 minus 0.32 is 0.68x. So if you can do that in your head, you're just doing it right here, equals 17,000. Who's sharing sides with x? 0.68. We divide by 0.68. We divide by 0.68. And this are the same. And I've been trying to get you to go to this in your head quickly. I love that you do this. I want you to do this. I just want you to be able to understand this concept. This concept, if you were to summarize it, is the new total divided by the current percent. Okay? And the current percent, anyways, it's all good. It's the current percent is 68%. That's the value. That's the current value of that, 68%. You divide those two, what'd you get? What'd you get?
25,000.
Huh?
25,000.
25,000?
Yes.
Anything else?
Nope.
Straight? No, because when you think about it, if we divided it by 1, it would be 17,000. If we divided by more than 1, it'd be less. You divide it by less than 1, it's going to be bigger, right? And we think about it, the car was worth more when we bought it. It's lost its value. So now it's worth 17,000. So it does make sense. It was worth more before, right? Okay. All right. Look over here, far left. Gotta hurry. Numbers 16 and 17 on the test come directly from section 2.7, solving inequalities. I am not going to do these two problems for you. I'm going to do this one with you. This one you can do on your own. But the thing you got to remember about this is that you are using the 3-step, and then you've got to be cognizant of the flip principle. Tell me, everybody, there are two things that govern the flip principle. What are those two things? Two things that govern the flip principle. It's only used on what step?
Negative
The
numbers.
Multiplication principle, and only used when
Divide by
Negative
negatives.
multiplying or dividing by a negative number. Not just dividing, because the multiplication principle deals with multiplication or division. Okay? Who's sharing sides with A?
-2.
What's it doing?
It's multiplying.
So you're going to divide. Look up here, please. You're going to divide this by 2, and in essence, you're going to divide this by -2, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Mhm.
Because you divided both sides by a negative, you got to flip this sign. This is 3/8, change division to multiplication, flip the other fraction. Now, you can plug that into your calculator, and it'll do it all for you. Or you can just say this is -3/16, and you're done, okay? You will be forced to use the flip principle in at least one of these problems. That one forces you to do it. Got me? Okay, next thing. Last time that we met, we went over 2.8 inequality word problems, number 18 and 19. I'm not going to do those again. I told you I wouldn't. We went over them thoroughly. Your notes are great, okay? Look up here, though. One is an average, one is a geometry. Do not forget to memorize this stuff, not to exceed, at most, at least. But remember the geometry problem, look up here. You're going to get some geometry problem. It's going to say 0 is less than or equal to some number, but you got to add that on there too. Remember that little concept we went over? Because in geometry, we can't have a negative value and we can't make that side equal 0 or we don't have a rectangle anymore. Clear? Okay. You guys good? Okay. I got to tell you about these next 5 problems. I'm going to erase the middle board. If you want pictures of anything, do it right now. And you guys, we're going to fly through these last problems because they're real simplistic. But sometimes simple screws you up. Okay? No more math. Don't have time for it. I got to read and throw some things on the board here real quick. Okay, I'm going to erase this board. Wait, I want to get out of your way. Okay? You guys got the far right one? I'm going to take it down. You guys cool? Good? Okay. All right. So you have every word problem at your disposal now. Okay? Sister Geisler back here who missed class last time, if one of you could connect with her after class and maybe show her your notes or something, and you could share a picture with her, or she can take a picture of your notes, that'd be really helpful for her to get those 2 problems that she missed last time.
Who's Sister Geisler?
Kinsley, back here.
Sorry.
Okay, look up here, please. I got n plus 12, 2n minus 17, and 3n plus 5, and they tell me to find the angles. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 equals 180 degrees. You add the 3 of these up, set it equal to 180, you solve for n. When you get n, you plug it back in, you'll be able to have all 3 angles. Do you understand this, yes or no?
How? So when you're plugging it back in for n, you can plug in like.
Listen, I'm just going to quickly tell you this because we are running out of time, okay? And I don't want to leave everybody hanging on some problems. That's the first angle, understood? Right here. This is the second angle.
You plug the other ones
understood?
in for the second and
Well,
third.
hold on. This is the third angle, understood? I add them all together, set it equal to 180. Now I got to solve that for n. 3-step process to solving. I get that done, right? I get that done. Once I have n, I put it in here. I have my first angle. I put it in here, multiply it by 3, add 5. You get that?
Yeah.
Okay, we cool?
Cool.
All right, good. Okay, watch this, you guys. This is a big deal. These last 2, not the last couple. Okay, they're going to put a number on a number line like this, and maybe they'll have 2, 4, 6. I wouldn't leave right now unless you're real confident in yourself on this test. Okay, they got a little thing right here going like this. It goes forever and ever and ever this way. They're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 equations down here, and one of them, and I'm just gonna make these up real fast, okay? And I got to tell you guys, actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and we'll do this. We'll go ahead and do this. We'll go like this. We'll go forever and ever that way, okay? Screw it. We won't do that. Okay, and I'm just gonna quickly read these to you, okay? So they might have negative 3x minus 7. Negative 3x minus 7 is more than 5. And then they might have 2x plus 13. 2x plus 13 is less than 5. And then they might have 4x plus 1 is more than or equal to. 4x plus 1 is more than or equal to 3x minus 3. And on the last one, they could have 3 times x plus 6. 3 times x plus 6 is less than or equal to 6. Okay, look up here, please. Okay, I taught you this. Okay, closed dot means, okay, on this side, more than or equal to, on this side, less than or equal to. Open dot, this means more than or less than. That's a closed dot. Could that be the answer?
No.
Could that be the answer?
No.
So those 2 eliminated themselves because they weren't or equal to. So you have to solve these 2 and find which one makes that graph. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay? But you got to understand that closed dot thing. Okay? They have another graph. Okay? Ready for this? They have another graph. And they're going to go doot, doot, and doot, doot, and we'll have negative 2 and 2 and 4. And they're going to go like this. And they're going to go like this. They're going to connect those. And they're going to ask you to come up with an equation for it, okay? Just understand, x lies in the middle of those dots. All values of x lie in the middle of those dots. This is less than or equal to 4 and more than or equal to negative 2. If you can draw that, you get that's the answer. And the answer will be somewhere in the multiple choice. But you got to be able to come up with that answer from that graph. You guys good?
Can you say what the dots are again? Like
But
closed
that's
dot
for-
is. a closed
Let's do this
dot
you and me
means-
after class. Okay,
yeah,
I got it. You get what I'm
sorry.
saying? Like,
Yeah, sorry about that.
I've tried. No, you're good. But I've tried to slow down, and help people on individual things, and we've gotten just a tad behind. I just wanted to really quick tell you the last problem on the test. Okay. 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 There are 2 problems. Listen. When we get to a certain stage of the game in this class, we end up having what we call retro problems. And retro means from previous tests. There are 2 problems from chapter 1 test, and they're both from section 1.8. And they're going to be either an all number or a number and letter problem. Okay? You're going to have a problem like this. 3, squiggly, square, 2, x plus 5, minus, and we can go minus 5, and then we can go square bracket, plus 3 times square bracket, squiggly, 2 minus 7x, plus 5 square bracket, okay? Is there and then squiggly bracket, is there an equal sign in this problem, yes or no?
No.
Solve or simplify?
Simplify.
Simplify, okay? And you just got to understand, you got to distribute parentheses, and you got to combine like terms, right? Okay, over here. If I have 5 minus 2 times 3 over 4 squared minus 2 to the 3rd. Look up there, please. All numbers. This is the order of operations. Okay? You do the top first. 2 times 3 is 6. You have 5 minus 6, which equals negative 1. Okay, you do the bottom. You got 4 squared minus 2 to the 3rd. Remember, the minus drops down. 4 squared is 16 minus 8. 16 minus 8 is?
8.
It's 8. And so you have negative 1, 8 is your final answer to that problem. Okay? Those are just review problems. We do a couple review problems on every test from previous tests. I'll always try to outline with you what those will be to help you keep things fresh for the final exam. Okay? Sorry to keep you a few minutes late. You guys are awesome. That covers everything on the test. Good luck. We'll see you.